This is the smallest e-reader that exists, and I'm in love with it. It is the Xteink X3 and it is a bit bigger than a credit card. I used to read a lot of books a couple years ago and I wanted to pick up the habit again, so I believe that having a pocket e-reader like this one is a great way to help me achieve that goal. So I wanna review this for you and tell you how I've been using it this past week. So first of all, let me tell you about some features. It's not a perfect device, but I think it's the best pocket e-reader right now. It has a 3.7-inch e-ink display and I love how it looks like an actual book. I believe they have done a great job at that, and obviously I love how tiny this is. It literally can fit in your wallet. It also snaps on your phone. I will probably show that with my mother's phone or something because mine is about 10 years old and doesn't do that, and that way you can easily have it with you. It has 4 front buttons, which doesn't look like it. Back, select, and previous page and next page. It has 2 side buttons, again for navigation and page switching. It has a power button and a reset button. And an SD card. This one has 32 gigabytes. Also, it has a weird feature that I'm not gonna use, which is the gyroscope basically, that you can flip pages by doing that, which looks a bit awkward, especially if you're in public, and the main way you're gonna use that is probably outside. It has a great battery life. It lasts 10 to 14 days if you read 1 to 3 hours a day. The only issue is that it charges with a pin cable, which is not the most convenient way, because if you use USB-C on your devices, having a separate cable can make it a bit more inconvenient. And the other thing that I have an issue with is it doesn't have a front light, so you basically cannot read in the dark. So if you enjoy reading in the dark or in your bed before sleep, this cannot do that. You will need a reading light, which I actually have. I have this one. This is like from Temu, but I think you can buy it in the website with a device as an accessory. By the way, the link will be in the description. It's gonna be an affiliate link in case you wanna support me, but if you can find it somehow secondhand, it's much more worth it. Now about real life stuff. I love the portability of this thing. I literally had it everywhere with me. I would just throw it in my pocket, my back pocket, and I would not even feel that it's there. I could easily throw it in my bag. I had it in my car with me and it didn't take any space at all. And one great use I have for this is instead of scrolling, use this one. So obviously this is a single purpose device, and if you've been following the channel, I love these devices. I love that this one doesn't have notifications, doesn't have scrolling, doom scrolling, it doesn't have no algorithm. I love the fact that you can just grab it and just read a book, and that's where a use case that I thought about comes into play. Whenever you have the urge to scroll on social media, you can instead grab this one and scroll through a book that you like. So basically the goal is to replace that loop, and the best way to apply that is picking 1 or 2 books that are easy to read. Because if you want to read something heavy or more serious that requires 100% of your attention and you want to use that to replace the scrolling habit, then you're more likely to not use it because it will require a lot of energy from you to actually read something difficult, and you're gonna avoid it. For example, I picked A Billion Wicked Thoughts, which is a very easy book to read. It's basically an experiment or a research on human desire, and the difference between reading for 15 minutes here instead of scrolling for 15 minutes is tremendous. You feel lighter, you feel calmer, like your energy is restored, compared to when you scroll and you actually feel drained. You actually feel tired after scrolling. I don't have an issue with scrolling, but I do have with YouTube, so I used it that way. So this is how you can use it inside your home, and I have used it a few times instead of napping, and I've actually managed to read about half the book with like a few minutes of reading here and there this past 1 week. But this is also great for outside usage, which is why you might want it. It is a great thing to have with you whenever you're outside, you go to work, you commute. I grabbed it with me a few times in my car, so whenever I would just wait for something, I would have this one and read a book while waiting. And I also take it with me sometimes when I go on a walk, so at some point I would sit down on a bench and read that for 10 minutes. Sounds performative, I know, but whenever you have a few minutes here and there of waiting time, you have your tiny e-reader and you just read a book, and that's why you have something light to read, something easy to digest. But this thing is great at building that habit. Like I said, it's not perfect though. It's a bit smaller. You might want the Xteink X4. It might not be comfortable for you. Also, the pin charger also might be a downside for you, or the tiny display might not be comfortable for you if you are used to reading on larger screens or on actual books. This is how it looks compared next to a book. It's fairly smaller. You might find it annoying. I just wanted to demonstrate my way of using it. So if you have your own ways and if you have one of these, tell me how you use it. I believe it's a great way to rebuild the habit of reading whenever you have the free time, and this actually motivates you to read at home when you have actually 1 or 2 hours free. And it's also a great way to cut phone usage or YouTube usage. It's more like a supplement, not the main thing. So that's basically all I have to say about it. If you wanna grab it, use the link in my description like I said. If you wanna support me, if not, just do a simple search and you're gonna find it. So thank you so much for watching if you stuck till the end, and I truly appreciate that, and I really hope that I will see you in the future videos as well. Bye bye.